Okay, so we might do some sentence practice and like outside of the chart, like conjugating the verbs, like not in the chart, but like in actual sentences. We'll probably begin the ER verb endings and the IR verb endings. They're very similar. There's only like one thing that's different. And you do them the exact same way as the AR verbs. They're just different endings. Okay, let me see. Okay, so just to no more, we might do some practice with that, and then I'll go over the instructions for, I think are either of the assignment due for Monday or Tuesday? I don't remember, but we'll go over that. And it's really simple. I think it's just with AR verbs again, and we'll go over that. So yeah. Okay. So just to go over the AR verb vocabulary, I think it's on page 91 in the book. I'm not completely sure though. I have it in the other PowerPoints. I just didn't put it on this one. So we have a blar, which is to talk. Tocar is to touch or to play. Escuchar is to listen. Tomar is to take or to drink. Esperar is to hope. Cantar is to sing. Limpiar is to clean. Lavar is to wash. Cocinar is to cook. Bailar is to dance. Buscar is to search or to find. Whoops. Comprar is to buy. Trabajar is to work. Viajar is to travel. Necesitar is to need. Estudiar is to study. Descansar is to rest. And mirar is to look. Okay, so we've been going over those a couple days now. So, and then this is just a reminder of the AR verb charts. We have our pronouns here. Yo is I, tu is you, and that's the informal you. We have él, ella, usted, and él is he, ella is she, and usted is you formal. Nosotros or nosotras is we. Ellos, ellas is they, and ustedes is like you guys, like y'all. And then we have the endings. Yo is o, tu is us, el, ella, usted is a, nosotros or nosotras is amos, and ellos, ellas, and ustedes is an. So there's that. We'll remember that. Okay. So then I figured that we could start going over the ER verb endings. And you see the pronouns are the exact same, right? And you see the yo is the same ending. So in the present tense for AR, ER, NIR verbs, the yo form always ends in an O. So that doesn't change. In the to form, it's an ES. And in the AR verbs, it was an AS. So it's just different. It's just an ES. In the el, ella, and usted form, it's an E. And remember, with AR verbs, it was an A. So with ER verbs, it's an E. And nosotros and nosotras ends in emos, E-M-O-S. The AR verbs, it was A-M-O-S. So that's just a little bit different. And with ellos, ellas, and ustedes, it ends in E-N. With AR, it was A-N. So you can see how it changes with the ER verbs. And I have practiced and everything with this. So the reason why I put in the IR verbs is because they're like almost exactly the same as the ER verbs, except for the nosotros form. So as you can see, the yo is still has the O at the end. Like I said, that doesn't change. The to uses the ES, just like the ER verbs. El, ella, and usted form ends in E, just like the ER verbs. The nosotros form is the only one that's different. The ER verbs ended in EMOS, the IR verbs end in IMOS. So that's the only difference. And then just like ER, ellos, ellas, and ustedes ends in EN. So these are like the exact same. So then I figured that we could do some practice. I looked at these and they should be right. All right, it says graded practice, but it's literally just, okay. We'll just do, okay, we're gonna turn the timer off because we don't need that. And it says graded practice, but it's literally just a practice. So, I know that we didn't do too much practice with ER and IR verbs, but that's okay because they're the exact same way as AR verbs. So here, it wants us to put bare in the usted form. So what's going to be the first thing that we do when we conjugate a verb? It's the same thing as the AR verbs. We have to take the ER off, right? Goodbye, it's gone. So we're left with that. And it's in the usted form. Okay, so let's go back here. It's an ER verb. Right here is usted. So it ends in E, right?
So instead of ER, it ends in E.
Yeah. When you conjugate a verb, you take the ER off like that, and then you're left with the BARR, which is the stem. And remember, it's in the usted form. So you go here.
So when you went back, usted was an E.
Yep.
So that means the ending is an E.
Yep.
Okay, I get it.
Okay. So this one, it says Ana y Shakira asistir. So this is an IR verb. So we do the same thing that we've been doing. Take the IR off. And that's our step. And Anna and Shakira, that's them, right? They. So we can go back here, go to our IR endings. And ellos is they, right? So it ends in EN. And that was right. So for this next one, now this is an AR verb. So this practice.
If I'm not mistaken,
yeah.
I think you take off the AR and this like the O, right?
Well, it's in the to form. So let's go to our AR chart. And you see the
Oh,
two.
two is AS.
Yeah,
Yo is O.
So just, yep. And then Frida Beber. So it wants you to say Frida drinks. So of course you do take the ER off. Oops. You're left with that. And Frida is she, right? Her. So it's ella. So it's ella. And then there's an E. And it's done. And then for this one, I'm actually not sure how long this quiz is. I didn't do the whole thing. But this is correr, which means to run. I know we didn't learn that yet, but so we could take the ER off. That's what we're left with, not that. And we're gonna put it in the ustedes form, ustedes. And that's an ER verb. So right here's ustedes, right? You add the EN. Okay. And then the next one is Sancho y Diego and then subir. So we're gonna take the IR off. So we're left with SUV. And Sancho and Diego is they, right? And they're both men, so it's ellos. And that was an IR verb. EN, right? So it's suben. And then for this next one, this is the AR. And our subject is Pablo. So we have to take the AR off like we always do. Right? And then does anybody want to tell me what they think this would be? I think, yeah, I have Fabian and Isaiah. So what do you think? It's Pablo is he. So which ending are we going to put on that? What do you think? Anybody want to take a guess? That is an AR verb. Yes. Didn't remember the verb. So we're going to add an A, right? Escucha. So you want to say yo, and then the verb is limpiar. So you want to say I clean. So take that AR off. That's what we're going to do every time. Okay. And then the yo form for AR. Yeah, an O, right? So limpio. And then this is vosotros, and we didn't really learn that, so I'm just gonna put this in. Okay, so for this one, we have Jorge y yo, and then our verb is caminar. So we can take the AR off, right? Okay. So it's an AR verb, so here we are. So we have Jorge y yo. So which form is it gonna be?
Say it again.
The subject is Jorge y yo. So basically like George and I. So which subject and what ending are we going to use? What do you think? It's George and I. So which one does that correspond with? Does it go with I? Does it go with you? Does it go with he, she? Does it go with we? Does it go with they? What do you think? George and I.
I think oh.
Well, remember that's I. That's just I. You're talking about Jorge and
So
I.
it's like us. So I would say A.
It's Amos.
Oh, A Amos. Yeah, AMOS.
Yep. Yep. So for the next one, it's Mafalda y Selena, and then the verb is layer. So that's an ER verb. So we'll go here. We'll take ER off, so we're just left with LE. And Mafalda and Selena. So what do you think is going to go with that? It's two people, two women. So it's probably going to be a yes, right? They. Like Mafalda and Selena is they. So it ends in EN. And then Philemon and Enrique, and the verb is subir. So we'll take the IR off. And Philemon and Enrique. So they, right? Him, Philemon and Enrique, they. So it's an IR verb. We have an EN right here. What's that? Okay. So the next one is Dulcinea, and the verb is beber. So take the ER off. Right? And that's a name. So that's one person. So she. Right? So here's she. And it's an E. So bebe. And then for this one, it says Gabriel, and then Barer. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before. Take the ER off. And it's he, right? Right here. Oh. So you add an E. Okay. We'll do a couple more on this one. So they want you to put it in the yo form, and the verb is cantar. So we'll take the AR off, right? And it's in the yo form. Oh, you add an O. Okay. And that means I sing, because cantar means to sing. I'm not sure. Okay. So Joaquin y yo leer. So leer is a verb, and that means to read. So they want you to say Joaquin and I read. So we'll take the ER off. So we're left with that. And Joaquin and I, we, right, or us. So it's an ER verb. So you add hemos. Okay. For usted montar, this verb is usually used like when you're talking about like riding a bicycle. So I don't really know what the verb actually means, but it's like montar la bicicleta is like to ride a bike. So it's like like pretty much saying you ride a bike. So you take the AR off, right? So you're left with MONT, and it's usted, and an AR verb. So look at our chart here, and it's an A, right? Usted. We add an A to the stem. Okay. Does this make sense to you guys? Like kind of what we're doing here?
Yeah, it's a little similar to Spanish 1.
Yeah, it is. I went a little bit into this in Spanish 1, but not too much. Let me see. I had a couple other ones. Okay, so so this is like the sentence practice that I said that we were gonna do. So it says, and you can actually put them right in here. So the sentence is tú, and the verb you're gonna use is andar and frecuentemente. So that's saying you walk a lot. So if we're gonna put andar in the tú form, how would we do that? Anybody want to guess?
Tú anda.
Remember, okay. So we're gonna go to AR verbs, and remember in the tú form it's andas with an S.
Oh yeah, tú andas.
And that's okay. Yep. And then this one is La Señorita Pinto blank a Carolino con so that's she welcomed her with a lot of joy. So this is an IR verb, and our subject is La Señorita Pinto. So that's she, right? So how would we put recibir in the she form? What do you think? We can look, well, the first thing we can do is take the IR off, right? Why that keeps bringing that up. And it's in the she form, and it's an IR verb. So we add an E, right? Oop. Recibe. So for number 3, we have Andreas blank a Carlos cuántos años tiene. So that's pretty much saying Andrea asked Carlos how old he is. So preguntar is our verb that we're going to use. And it's an AR verb, and our subject is Andrea, she. So how would we do that? You can do it in steps too if you'd like. Right? Well, we have to take the AR off. So there's our stem. Pregunt is our stem. So we have to add some kind of an ending on. So Andrea is she. Go to our AR verbs. And ella is she, right? So it's A. So it's pregunta. Fun fact, for pregunta actually means question as well. So for number 4, we have nosotros blank poco. So, and the verb is leer. So we read a little bit, like not very much. So leer, right? So we're gonna take the ER off. So we're left with that. Does anybody want to tell me what they think, what ending we put on there? If we have to go back to the PowerPoint, we can, but. Anybody want to guess? I'm gonna go to ER, right? And hemos. We add hemos. Okay. And then for this one, we have tú blank mañana. And we're going to use the verb llegar, and that means to arrive. So it's going to be in the tú form. Take the AR off. Now we need to find the tú form for AR verbs. AS, right? Tú llegas mañana. For the next one, we have yo blank matemáticas, and we're going to use the verb enseñar, which is I teach math. So it's an AR verb. So the first thing we always do is take is take the AR off. So here it is. So we need the yo form for AR verbs, right? Oh, it ends in an O. So it's yo enseño matemáticas. Okay, so for the next one, we have Rosa blank una visita. So it's basically saying like Rosa like owed you a visit. So deber is our verb, right? So it's an ER. So obviously what we always do, take the ER off. And now we want to add the ER ending on for Rosa, which is she, right? So ella, so it's an E ending. Debe. Okay. And we'll just finish this one up and then we'll talk about what we're gonna do next class. So for number 8, we have nosotros blank a Diego ir al cine. So that's saying like we're allowing Diego to go to the movies. So the verb is permitir, which means like to allow, to permit. So we're going to take the IR off, right? And for the IR verbs, we need the nosotros form. And you can see this is the only one that's different from the ER verbs. So it's imos, right? Permitimos. Okay. For this one, it's Teresa, Jose, y yo blank la casa a las 8. So dejar is the verb, and that means to leave. So it's Teresa, Jose, and I leave the house at 8. So dejar is the AR verb. Take the ending off. Teresa, Jose, and I. So that's we, right? Us. Amos. Dejamos. Okay. You guys have any questions or anything so far? Okay. So this next one is ella blank el problema. And we're going to use the verb discutir. They say it means to argue, but I've always known it as to discuss. So we'll just say ella she discusses the problem. So ella. And we're going to take the IR off. Okay. And then we need the ella form for IR verbs. E, right? Discute. For this one, we have 2 blank total. And the verb is comprender, which is to understand. So it's saying you understand everything. Okay, so take the ER off. In the to form, we need the to form for ER verbs. Oh, it's an ES, right? So comprendes todo. For number 12, we have Rosa blank muchos recuerdos. And the verb is mandar, which means to send. So Rosa sends like many reminders. So it's an AR verb. There's our stem. We took the AR off and we need the she, because Rosa is she in the AR verbs. So let's go back. Right here, ella, which is a. Rosa manda. Okay. And then we have yo blank and ese pueblo. So it's, and the verb is vivir, and it means to live. So it's I live in this town.
No, yeah, and then we'll be with it also is yo vivo.
Yep. And then for number 14, we have los chicos blank bajo el cielo. So the verb is bailar, and it's basically saying the boys dance under the sky. So what do you think? It's an AR verb. So what do you think is going to be the ending on that one?
Is it an AS?
It's AN, remember?
AN, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then las mujeres blank en un restaurante. So the verb is cenar, which is to have dinner. So the women have dinner in a restaurant. So what do you think is going to be the ending on that one? What do you think? The women. They, right? So it's going to be an, right? We're talking about they, them. And ellos and ellas means them. So, cenan. Okay. And then number 16, we have Juan blank la montaña. And subir is the verb, which means like to go up. So it's like saying up the mountain. And it's an IR verb. So what do you think? Juan is our subject. So it's going to be he. So it's going to be E at the end, right? Because L means he.
My mother's calling me. Can I call you right back?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And then I'll just finish this up for you, Fabian, and the recording. So yo blank cada mañana. So that's saying I run every morning. So it's an ER verb in the yo form. Oh, what did I do? And then yo in the ER. Okay? Yo, oh. Oh. And then for this one, tu blank el auto. So cubrir, and it's saying you cover the car. So take. So there's our stem, and we need the to form for the IR verbs. ES, right? Cubres. For this one, we have el profesor blank los camiones. So it's and we're going to use manejar, which means to drive. So it's saying the professor drives the trucks. Yeah. There's our stem. And el profesor, that's he, right? He drives the trucks, him. And that's an AR verb. So we need the he form. So it's right? Maneja. El profesor maneja los camiones. So that means the professor drives the trucks. Okay. And the last one here, this says tu blank bajo el cielo. So cantar is our verb, and that means to sing. So you sing under the sky. That's what it wants us to say. You want to give this one a shot, Fabian, or do you want me to keep going, or what can I do for you?
Keep going.
Yeah. So two. That's our subject right here. And it's an AR verb. So we'll take the stem off, the ending off. So we're left with CANT, which is the stem. So we need the to form for AR verbs. Okay. We'll go here. Oh, and you see two has an AS. Cantas. Okay. So tu cantas bajo el cielo, which means you sing under the sky. I know that a lot of these sentences are kind of awkward, but does this like kind of make sense to you? You see how like I do the ER verbs and the IR verbs like the exact same way as the AR verbs, they're just different endings.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense. Are you kind of okay with it? We're gonna do like more stuff later on, but
Yeah, I'm good.
okay, good. So and then so I just have like that practice and stuff. We only have about 10 more minutes left, so let me go through. So I just posted this. It's a PDF, so yeah, I think you can edit this. I think if you open it with, let me see. Does this work? Let's see. Yeah, it does work. No, it doesn't. Okay, because these are down here. So whatever. You can just open this as like, I think maybe you can open it with DocHub. Maybe. I couldn't find, like, I was gonna make a Word document, but then, let me see. Okay. So, I mean, if you just want to make a chart like we've been doing, you can see that like visitar, and these are all AR verbs. So this is just kind of like what we've been doing. So visitar, you can see that's a verb that we're doing. So they put like yo visito. So two, you put visitas, like with the as ending. For el and ella, you put visita with an a ending. And then nosotros would be visitamos with the amos ending. Don't worry about the vosotros form. We didn't do that. So you could just leave those blank. And ellos and ellas is visitan, right, with the an ending. So that's just what you're going to do for each one of these. Like I said, leave vosotros blank. And then for
Miss, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting how you get to the PDF. How you get there?
it's right here. So it's under it should be under regular present tense AR verb conjugation. And
No, like how you get to that like whole thing.
go click on the PDF. So this is the PDF right here, but you can open it with DocHub or Google Docs or any of these. So like I clicked on DocHub. It says
Is it like on the link?
yeah, it's right here. Let me show you. So right here, on Google Classroom, if you look under the section regular present tense AR verb conjugation right here, there will be, let me see, there will be a section called, it'll be AR verb conjugation practice. And then you just click on this, and there it is.
Can you do that again?
Yep, it'll be right here under regular present tense AR verb conjugation. And then there's going to be one that says AR verb conjugation practice. And then you see where it says PDF and right there. You click on that and there it is.
Oh my goodness.
Are you okay? Do you need me to?
No, I still need you to elaborate. Hold on. Just
Okay.
a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I still. Can you like back out, like click the back button?
Yeah. Yep. Give me 1 second. Let me. Are you on a computer right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, is this what your screen looks like?
Mm-mm.
You want to try and share your screen with me, so maybe I can
Yeah, cause like I mean.
stop. Okay, I'll stop recording.